When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Charvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Charvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. But guess what? Heard all across the world wide web. Hey, guys. Hey, dolls. Hey, gents. Thank you so much for checking us out here today on the show. Hello to those that are coming in from Twitter. Hey there. I know you follow me on Twitter. What you doing if you're not following me? Go follow me, twitter.com/Charvette. Hello, big shout out to all of those that are listening in from Facebook, facebook.com/Charvette. That's where we're hanging out. Certainly those that are listening from Charvette.com, my mobile app, and all of our broadcast stations. We love you guys. All right, so let me tell you about today's show. It is full. It is packed. It is amazing. So I have hanging out with me in the virtual green room. I'm going to be bringing her up to the mic shortly. Sonia Johnston is joining us. Oh, my goodness. This dynamic young lady you're going to get to hear from. She's an author. She's a poet. And she is a part of a dynamic anthology by Brown Girl Books called Single Mama Dating Drama. We're going to talk all about it. And this features her first short story called $100 Money, and we're going to get to hear all about it. And then we move into our second segment. We're really excited and tickled pink to have Monique-Piper, who is going to be joining us. She's a certified professional coach and keynote speaker, and she's here to talk about 5 takeaways from her Amazon #1 best-selling book, Dance in the Sun, Being the Authentic You. Yep, that's the second segment. Listen, Monique understands the unique challenges that ladies have, that we face, and wanting to gain clarity and all of that good stuff, but she's here to help you put your big girl goals on. That's what she calls it. So, and then in our third segment, I am really excited about this third segment. So if you're an entrepreneur, want to be an entrepreneur, small business owner, techie, infopreneur, all of that, mompreneur, you want to make sure you hang around for our third segment featuring kim-george-aka-yourchicgeek. She is a techie fanatic. She's been building blogs and websites since 2009. Before that, she was a computer consultant for small business owners. She's a graduate of Southern University A&M College, and she is here to talk about some tips and some tools for social media, list building, and online branding. So that's what the show is looking like today. So what I want you to do is jump on Facebook, jump on Twitter, wherever you are, and tell them come on and listen and check out the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Big shout out to author LaTanya Boyd. We see you have shared and are hanging out with us on Facebook. We thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up our first guest again, Sonia Johnston, Richmond's own. Listen, I don't always get an opportunity to interview people that are in the same city, so today is special. Sonia is joining us. I'm telling you what, playwright. She's written plays, poems, raps, all that good stuff. We're going to get to hear all about it. I'm running to bring her up to the mic right now. Welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Hello, Sonia Johnston. Hello. You are live on the air. All right. Are we having any muted?
I'm right here.
Okay, there we go. I'm
doing
doing well. How you doing today?
I am great. I'm really excited to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So let's jump in and let the listeners know a little bit more about you. So when did you actually first start writing? And we are not hearing you if you are talking in the mic. Let's see. Are we having any technical difficulties? Okay, maybe we're having a little technical difficulty right there. While we're getting that all together, listen, I want to invite you, if you are here in Richmond, Virginia, but if you can get to Richmond, Virginia, Saturday, December 10th, I am hosting my first hashtag Coaching with Vet, that's me, pop-up workshop here in the city, Saturday, December 10th. Join me here if you're a female entrepreneur or a female that wants to be and you want to accelerate the exposure of your business. I invite you to join. I invite you to join me. Go to heygirlhey.biz. All right, heygirlhey.biz. All right, so we're going back to the virtual green room, and we are bringing Sonia back up to the mic. Hello, Sonia. Welcome.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened, but just to get back to where we were, I started writing when I was a kid. I was one of those kids that used to read highlights and all types of little magazines. So I started writing off like little poems, trying to get published in the Highlight magazine when I was a little kid. So that's how I started writing. I started reading first, and I knew then that I wanted to write. And I just started writing. I started getting stronger with writing as the years went on.
Wonderful. And so what inspires you to write? How do you get inspiration?
Different things, and it depends on what I'm writing. For fiction, it's real life. I like relatable characters. I like to listen. I listen to some of the things that other people go through. I rarely ever write anything pertaining to myself. It's always fiction. It's always something funny. I like to write maybe what you call chick lit. And so I always like to have a relatable but funny spin. And so that's what how I like to come across with with fiction. With poetry, it's a little more introspective. When I write poetry, I'm usually acknowledging something a little higher than myself. My poetry is very personal to me. I usually put poems out, but it's few and far between. Poetry is very, very intimate, very, very special to me. I almost wear my poetry almost like my skin. It's very vulnerable to me. When I write fiction, though, I'm inspired by real life, real events, relatable characters. I write fiction for an audience. So, I'm already, with my mind, I'm already ready to put that out in the universe. When I write my songs, it's a little bit of both. I'm inspired. Usually I'm acknowledging something. Usually faith-based, too. And it's funny because I always find myself, my poetry and my songs are usually faith-based, but my fiction is not. So that's always a funny little spin. I don't know how or why that happens, but so my fiction is usually not faith-based at all. My characters are fast, sassy, strong women, and very much in control of themselves and the things that's going on around them. My songs and my poetry is a little bit more introspective, and like I said, I'm usually acknowledging God, His presence, creation, things like that.
Wow, what a great synopsis. And I often say to those that are songwriters, you are probably an author as well of books. So a lot of times that writing skill is transferable, if you will. Okay, wonderful. Hey, guys, if you just tuned in, we see you coming in. Welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, and we're here in one of our author spotlights with Sonia Johnston. Thank you so much for coming on in and checking out the show. All right, so let's talk about Brown Girl Books. Tell us about this publishing company.
Brown Girl Books is a boutique publishing company started by Rashonda Tate Billingsley and Victoria Christopher Murray. Those two are powerhouses within themselves. Both of them are award-winning authors. They've written 20-plus novels apiece. Very nice people. So I started off as a fan, and a few years ago they had this, we're getting ready to come out, we're getting ready to change the game, and so they came out with Brown Girls Publishing, and it's just been a blessing ever since because they're giving voice to authors who may not have been able to have that opportunity. And they're really good people to work with. They're really genuine about the craft of writing. They want you to be a strong writer. They want to give you that platform. And so, in particular, with Single Mama Dating Drama, they had a call for submissions. They've done a few anthologies over the years. By the time I wasn't ready for the other ones. I wanted to submit for the one called X Chronicles, but I wasn't really sure of how to actually craft a short story. A short story is completely different from fiction. People think it's the same, but with fiction you have more license. You have at least 80,000 words to get your point across. With a short story, you've got about 2,000 to 3,500, and you've got to focus everything that you're thinking and put it into those 3,500 words. And I always go over a little bit, but I try. So it's a little bit of a different, but a lot of authors work on short stories to perfect their craft of novel writing. But so Brown Girls Books has the call for submissions, and I already had a character in mind already. Tasha is a character that's been talking to me off and on for a good little while. So when I saw the Single Mama Dating Drama, I already had the perfect character, I felt, for that. And so I wrote a story about her and her kids and the possibility of getting a date, and lo and behold, it was accepted. And so that's how I became a Brown Girl.
Oh, wonderful. And the rest is the future, as they say. And so certainly shout out to Rashonda Tate Billingsley and then also co-founder Victoria Christopher Murray. And for those of you that are listening, Rashonda Tate Billingsley has had books that have been turned into movies that have appeared this year and last year on TV One and BET. So that's the caliber of people we're talking about up in here. Okay, wonderful.
They actually had a book drop today. I need to look up it. I think it's called It Should Have Been Me. So they have a book dropping that dropped today on Brown Girls imprint, Victoria Christopher Murray and Rashonda Tate Billingsley.
Yes, and listen, this is reality radio, you guys. So I'm hanging out on Twitter, and I jumped over to Brown Girls Books on Twitter, and yep, I see a brand new book out. It Should Have Been Me.
Yep.
Check it out. Big shout out there. All right, and so you've told us, how you got connected, and so Single Mama Dating Drama. That is the name. That is the title of the anthology. And so what's interesting, Sonia, is that you are not single.
No.
Right.
I'm not single. I haven't been single for a very long time. I've been married almost 25 years.
Right, so it's amazing how the gift of writing, like you are able to put together stories and put things together. And so give us a quick synopsis of just the overarching kind of themes that run through Single Mama Dating Drama.
Well, there's 17 writers, and every one of us are very dynamic writers, and everyone has a clear, strong point of view and clear, strong voices. So the book as a whole is great. I have read the book, and I've been enthralled with each story. Monica Lynn Foster has a really good story, Never Go Back. And it's just 17 authors coming together about the pitfalls and the joys of dating while raising kids. You've got a story about top tax dollars at work. So it's just a good story. I've had a lot of good feedback from it. A lot of people have been reading the book, and they're, able to take different points from different authors. And it's, like I said, there's 17 of us. You've got Dwan Moss, who has a hilarious spin on internet dating. And you've got Denise Anquinette. She's right here in Richmond, too. Her story is It Takes a Village. And so you've got these strong writers, these clear points of view that have all come together. And it's my story's funny. Some of them are a little more serious. So it can take you high and it can bring you low, but you can grab your tissue, you can laugh out loud. It's just a really fun book.
Wonderful. And I have my copy. Yes, I do, in hand. And so while listeners are tuning in, tell them how they could get a hold of a copy of it.
You can order from Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, I believe it's called Kobo, and then you can go to my website, SoniaLoveToWrite.com, and order an autographed copy.
All right, SoniaLovesToWrite.com. Check it out. Right there. And what's cool is on Amazon, if you are on Amazon, I love to check out the Amazon reviews. And so 5 stars. There's one reviewer who got the Kindle version, L. Cox, and that reviewer said, what a wonderful gem, full of heartwarming stories from some very talented authors. These characters and stories make you smile and keep you entertained until the last page. All right, so big shout out to that reader who left that review on Amazon. Okay, and so your particular story is $100 Money. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, Tasha is a character that I've had in my mind for a long time. I've started and stopped writing her novels off and on for years, and I just haven't had that opportunity to finish it. And so when they did the Single Mama Dating Drama, I was like, okay, here's Tasha. Tasha's got 6 kids. And so Tasha, if you can imagine, with 6 kids, she has already deemed her love life impossible. She, between not being able to find the right man and 6 kids who are intent on running any suitor away, she's kind of given up. But her sister is like, you're too cute. You've got too much going on. There's a man out here for you. So she places a bet with, she puts her on a blind date and places a bet because, like I said, Tasha's cynical and she doesn't think it's going to work. And so the $100 Money is about what happens on that first date. And it's funny. You've got her kids that have each of their own personalities. And this man is walking into this house, and she's looking at him, and she's like, she said, as a matter of fact, in the book, poor thing, her sister was about to lose the bet, and the man she hadn't even got a chance to say hello. So it's a funny story, and Tasha she finds, we'll see if by the end of the story if the right man and a bet will give her reason to hope.
All right. Now, is Tasha anyone that you know personally? Do you need to put any disclaimers out to say this does not represent real stories? These are fictional characters.
I don't know anyone personally with Tasha, but I do have someone in mind that said that they could relate because she actually has 6 kids, so she thought the story was actually funny and very, very relatable on her end. So it was good to get that feedback from somebody who has been in Tasha's shoes.
Okay, good. I love that. How can readers and listeners connect with you online?
Well, you
on
can
your
go
social media site.
You can check me out on Facebook at Sonia Johnston, or Instagram at Sonia Loves to Write, and Twitter at Sonia's_POV. And I also have this lovely website made by the talented Charvette Mitchell at SoniaLovesToWrite.com, www.SoniaLovesToWrite.com.
Yeah, woohoo. This is one of the Mitchell Productions web design clients, so shout out there. Shameless, but not shameless plug. If you need a website, you need to holler at your girl. CharvetteMitchell.com. That's where you can go. Absolutely. All right, wonderful. Great. And so you're working on some other things. So tell us what do you have kind of in the pipeline?
A lot.
Yes, a lot.
I just finished editing a short story it's called Home for Christmas. That will be in an upcoming anthology by Brown Girls Books called All I Want for Christmas. That's going to be another fun anthology, some really good stories, more strong writers. So I just finished editing that up. But I'm also working on a full-length novel called Real Love, and that's actually completed, but I'm in the process of editing that as well. And once I finish editing myself, I need to send it to an editor. And then once I get it back from an editor, we'll see what happens then. In 2 weeks, I have a date to go into the studio so that I can produce a song for the first time ever. I'm actually,
wow.
Yeah, I don't sing. I don't have that gift, but I can write. But so I'm going to lay down a reference for it. So I'm excited about that. And then after I get Real Love finished, and after we finish that song, I have a story that I've been working on I haven't been able to finish it, so I'm going to actually try to produce a script for it. My husband is a filmmaker, elbravador.com. He's at elbravador.com. He's actually a local DJ. His name is El Bravador. Some people may have heard of him. And he's actually done a film festival in Richmond. And I've helped him with some scripts, but I've never fully written one on my own. So I'm looking forward to that.
Talk about a power couple here. Yes.
And it amazes people because a lot of people say, well, you're a writer and your husband's a filmmaker. Why haven't you written your own story? Well, I'm a wife and a mom and I run my own company too. And so, I enjoyed helping him with him, but I'm really excited to be able to write my own from start to bottom.
Wonderful, and I'm telling you what, you're hitting the ground running. You just had a book signing this past weekend. How was that, getting out and meeting people?
I loved it. I really do. I made a joke about it. I said, Sonia loves to write, but apparently Sonia loves to talk, too. I was completely in my element. Yeah. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah, I really did. I really was in my element. Gwen Jefferson put it together. There was a lot of talented authors in the room. We were all able to talk and network with each other. But I also enjoyed speaking about writing. I also enjoyed talking to people about the book and the upcoming book and upcoming projects. I really, really liked that sales and putting myself out there. I was at my leisure. I felt like, hey, I could do this every weekend. I really enjoyed meeting people and talking to them about what I'm trying to write and what I'm trying to do. I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Well, I think that is definitely a cue that you are on the right track, that you are going the right direction. Oh, my goodness. Again, listeners, we're chatting here about single mama dating drama. Sonia, Johnston, one more time, tell them how they can get the book, all the different ways they can get the book.
They can go online, of course, to Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Kobo. I've even heard Google Play has it, and iBook has it, I believe. And then also, if you like an autographed copy, I'd love to send you one. You can go to SoniaLoveToWrite.com, and I can send one there to you as well.
What a gracious offer right there for you listeners that are hanging out with us. And so are you ready for the holidays?
I kind of am, kind of not. This is going to be my first year. I've been so busy with the different writing projects. I kind of feel like I've got so much on my plate writing this year that I'm not going to cook this year for Thanksgiving. And I've got a few people just, looking at me a little side-eyed about that because I like to cook too. I like to cook. I really do. I love cooking and I love bringing family together. And the sweetest thing is my family loves to come over. If I tell them I'm cooking, they usually try to figure out a way to come. And so, yes, it's all kind of shut down this year. But apparently I have to make macaroni and cheese. I've been told that's got to happen. So I'm going to make the macaroni and cheese, but I'm not doing anything else.
Okay. That's a good compromise. They're like, listen, you got to give us something. You got to give us something to go by. I love that. And so certainly, because I always wonder with authors and writers, like around the holidays, do you get, an extra boost of inspiration, or, do you feel like you just have extra time, or is it like, nope, I don't even have any time? I just always wonder.
I don't have any time. No time whatsoever. There it is.
There it is. There's a simple answer.
Yes, at an ounce time. I haven't even been able. This is the first year. I haven't even really been able to watch TV. I am a reality TV holic. I love watching my different shows. I usually try to reserve Sunday to watch TV guilt free, but since I've been immersed in trying to get everything out, I just don't have time to watch TV anymore. I don't.
And you're promoting this book. You're promoting, Brown Girl's book, anthology, Single Mama Dating Drama. And so have you found that social media is, you're hanging out more on social media because you're, promoting and getting the word out more?
I am. I'm doing a lot. I didn't realize promoting on social media was such a big deal, and it's such hard work. You've got to be creative, but I also realized you've got to be honest and vulnerable. and you got to let people know exactly how you feel so that you can be relatable. And so I'm figuring all of that out. But yeah, the social media aspect and connecting with people, that's been awesome, but that is a lot of work. And I've heard a lot of times that a lot of authors get reprimanded because a lot of times our heads are so busy, at a laptop, or we're actually, writing, that we need to do more promoting and more online marketing. And that's another, I say beast for lack of a better word, but that's another thing all to itself. Social media is a big deal these days.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
you
and
have
for
a
listeners,
lovely Facebook page that has been awesome and very helpful for me. I appreciate it.
Oh, wonderful. And listeners, she is talking about my closed Facebook group for female entrepreneurs. You can come connect with us. Just jump over to Facebook and type in Coaching with Vet, VETTE, Coaching with Vet. That's me, Coaching with Vet, and we'll let you in if you're a female. Sometimes we get men requesting, and I'm like, it says it's for females. But if you're a female, we welcome you to join us if you're an entrepreneur or you want to be, and you want to rub shoulders with those that are movers and shakers. That's where you want to be. All right, so my last question for you, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence, and we want to know what continues to motivate Sonia Johnston.
My family, first of all. What motivates me is my family. I need them to see that Mama has a dream and that Mama can do it, and I want them to believe in themselves like I believe in me. And so they're my biggest motivation. I also, my faith motivates me too, because God's given me a gift, and I need to go ahead and use it to the best of my ability. He gives me these ideas. He gives me this gift, and He's given me this talent. I'm ready to share it to the world. So faith and family are my biggest motivators.
Wonderful. And listen, there were questions coming in from Facebook. I'm just seeing. I don't know if my browser was slow. Let me throw a couple. A question coming in. What advice could you give to an aspiring writer?
Keep writing. Always write. Be serious about your craft of writing. Read. I didn't understand these things at one time, but now that I'm submersed in it, you've got to always read. Be prepared for rejection, but you've got to put yourself out there. If you believe in your story, you've got to put it out there. Your story is your baby. It's an extension of yourself, and you've got to be prepared to send it off. You've got to be prepared for the answer no, but if you've got to keep at it, if you keep writing, and if you keep doing it, eventually you're going to hear yes. And you have to be very serious about your craft of writing. You have to be very serious. You've got to know where those I's need to be dotted, where the comma goes. You need to be able to clearly express yourself, but keep working at it. I've learned that writing is just like training, almost, I dare say athletic, because I know an athlete's going to look at me like, okay, please. It's not athletic training, but you've got to keep at it, almost like an athlete with the goal. You just got to keep doing it over and over and over again. Even if you don't write but a few lines a day, you just got to keep at it, and you've got to go back and read it. Make sure you're getting your point across. But you just got to keep at it.
You got to keep at it. Listen, that is fabulous advice there. I think you answered that thoroughly for our listeners. So thank you guys for listening in. And our time is up, but certainly we're going to keep up with you. Look forward to seeing you at the workshop and, of course, in our Facebook group, and just keep doing big, bad things.
Thank you, Charvette. I appreciate your time. I appreciate this opportunity. I'm forever grateful. Thank you so much. You've been nothing but a blessing since you were introduced to me, and I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Oh, thank you back. All right, listeners, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to be rolling right on into our second segment. My guest is hanging out in the virtual green room right now. Monique-Piper is joining us. She's a certified professional coach. She is a keynote speaker. Listen, she has an Amazon #1 best-selling book called Dance in the Sun, Being the Authentic You. She's going to give us 5 takeaways from that. We're going to get to hear all about it. Don't you move anywhere. We're going to be right back.
It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Charvette will be back after this.
A Renewed Mind, led by Coach Veronica, teaches black women to start over and create a life they love through self-reinvention, reclaiming themselves as a priority, and taking action towards their desires. Visit arenewedmindtoday.com. We have found that the most issues within our relationships, career, and self-worth stem from us forgetting to care for ourselves as much as we do for others. The void this creates causes stress, resentment, and frustration. If you are feeling stuck, wondering what else your life has to offer, or ready to experience what being your first priority feels like, let A Renewed Mind and Coach Veronica be your guide. Let our coaching services help you find the new you. Visit arenewedmindtoday.com.
Spiritual Food for Thought, 31 inspirational quotes to jumpstart your day by LaTanya Boyd, consists of inspirational messages that offer daily words of empowerment, promote spiritual growth and development in the Lord Jesus Christ for your day-to-day living. Spiritual Food for Thought, 31 inspirational quotes to jumpstart your day. Available now on Kindle, ebook, and paperback. Log on to www.latboyd.com.
Are you single or do you travel alone and want added protection? Bettina Mason of Damsel in Defense provides personal protection products so that you have security on the go with items such as pepper spray and stun guns. Visit www.onefearlessone.com. Shop for products or host your own Damsel in Defense party. Bettina's mission is to equip, empower, and educate women to protect themselves. Visit www.onefearlessone.com to shop online and learn more.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Sharvette Mitchell. It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Sharvette Mitchell.
All right, welcome back again to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. But guess what? Heard all across the world wide web. Thank you for all of those that are checking us out, hanging out on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, Sharvette.com, a mobile app, and all of our broadcast stations. We say thank you so much for checking us out here. So we're moving right now into my second segment here. Monique-Piper is joining us. I'm bringing her up to the mic right now, live on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Hello, Monique. Welcome.
Hello, Sharvette. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, we're so glad to have you. Wonderful. So let's jump in. As I mentioned, you're a certified professional coach. You're a keynote speaker. You really are targeted to helping us ladies, us girls, put our big girl goals together and accomplish them. How did all of this get started for you?
Well, the story of my self-development and getting into this is a winding road, like most of our lives tend to be. I really started getting into self-development about 10 years ago. I had this nagging, deep down feeling that what I was doing wasn't all there was for me. Even though, get me right, I loved what I was doing. I was in real estate development. I was rehabbing homes. So I loved what the work I did, but I just had this feeling inside of me that there was more. And Oprah has this lovely term that she always says that I love, that she talks about first God whispers, and then when you don't listen, it turns into a scream. Mm-hmm. So I started hearing those whispers, but I wasn't listening. And then Hurricane Katrina happened, because I'm a New Orleans native. And as I said, I was in real estate development, and I started to think, well, maybe this is a sign. Maybe I should do something else. And like most of us ladies, when we think we need to do something else, we start looking on the outside. We don't ask, what am I called to? What am I drawn to? We start looking on the outside. So one of the easiest things a lot of us go through, and I did too, was I need to go back to school. Let me go back to school and get some more education. let me go be a lawyer. Everybody always said, you're great, you argumentative, go to law school. And I thought, maybe that'd be a good idea.
Uh-huh.
So I started on that road to law school. I studied for the LSAT. I went and took the test. I got into law school, and I was all prepared to go. Had done all my paperwork, was registered, was right there at the door. And then I heard the scream. And the scream said, this is not for you. This is not where you're supposed to be. So as I said, first got a whisper with that nagging feeling on the inside, and then it became a scream. I mean, a scream the day before law school. Can you imagine? I'm telling my friends and family, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm not going to law school.
Right.
After months.
Oh, my goodness. And they have congratulated you and told all their friends and told everybody, Monique going to law school. Monique going to be a lawyer. Wow. But you had to listen.
Yes.
You had to listen to the direction.
I had to listen to that direction. I had to listen to that voice, and I did. And then once I wasn't going to law school, I had to say, well, what's next? What am I doing? And I decided to do what has always worked for me, which is to go to God. I got quiet, and I said, God, I'm going to let you alter my next steps. I'm going to let you direct my next steps and tell me where I need to go and where I need to be. And I just got quiet. And the first thing that came to me was to start learning. And I didn't know where that came from, Charvette. I'm telling you, the last time I had written was in high school in journalism class for the Easy 8. So it wasn't like so it wasn't something that was just out there, let me do this. But I listened. I said, I'm going to listen. And right after that, my husband came to me and he says, this online magazine is looking for writers. So I said, okay, I'm going to listen again. I'm going to listen to the whisper again. I'm going to start writing. And I started writing a relationship column. And I was thinking to myself, what business do I have writing a relationship column about marriages? I'm in a happy marriage, but I never had a daddy myself. So how am I going to give advice to these women? But instead of questioning, I made the promise to myself that I was going to listen to God, listen to the whispers, and keep moving. And so I started writing the relationship column. And I got a lot of great feedback from people who would write in and ask questions, but they started asking questions about their life, about career, about life design. And I said, is this a whisper again? Is this something I need to listen to? So I would answer their questions. And then one day, a friend of mine, not knowing anything about what I was thinking about, how can I turn this, what is God leading me to? They sent me a video, and it was of a life coach. And I looked at the video, and I said, being the oldest of 8 children, raised to a single mother, I've been doing this all my life. And
right, this is right up my alley.
Right. And being an entrepreneur, I had been working with entrepreneurs. I had been doing that for years now. And I said, I think I believe in my spirit that this is where I'm supposed to be. So all along the way, I've just been listening to those whispers that God has been saying to me, and being intentional and using that to be intentional. And as women, I know that we don't do that enough because we give to everybody. We give to our family, our friends, our jobs, and we don't give our all to ourselves like we give to others. And my goal for women, my passion, my goal for women is for them to live their lives intentionally, to figure out what their goals are, to figure out what's inside of them, to listen to those whispers before they turn into screams. And the screams coming at the end of your life when you have regrets about what you didn't do.
Oh, wow. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets, listeners. Wow. And so this all makes so much sense about how you can be and are such a powerful certified professional coach for women, because you really, number one, you walked it out, but you really hone in on getting us clear and strategic, and then really executing on our lives. Wow. And so I know people are listening right now, and they're saying, okay, how do I connect with her? So let's go ahead and throw that in right now. How can they connect with you online?
Well, you can connect with me online. You can go to my website. You can go to mycoachmonique.com. I'm also on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You can tell everyone to go to my website, because there you can simply click Instagram, Facebook, and connect with me directly. And I'm very active on social media. You send me a question, I'll answer it.
There you go. There is your open invitation from Monique-Piper. There you go. All right, so let's jump into the book. The title is Dance in the Sun, Being the Authentic You, but I love the subtitle, Walk Out of Your Story and Dance into Your Life. So first of all, how did you even come up with that title?
Well, there's a Cyndi Lauper song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And I love that song in the 80s. It was just, not to date myself, but I was 9 months old when that song came out. I just have a real good memory. But I love that song, and there's a line in the song where she says that she wants to walk in the sun. And that song always made me want to dance. So I said dance in the sun, because that's what I want us as women to do, dance in the sun, live lives from a perspective of what we create, and not from a place of ought to, should, place where we create a life out that comes from inside of us, where we consult the internal instead of looking at the external and saying, well, what can we do based upon our own self-limitations and limitations that's been imposed upon us by others.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because a lot of times the limitation is not within us. It is, we'll be all right until we see something, hear something, reference something, and say, oh,
exactly.
Well, I should have done, or should be here, or should have, woulda, coulda. So we get into that mode. Yeah, we're measuring ourselves by other people. I read something recently that says Facebook leads to depression, because you get on Facebook, but a lot of times we don't realize that we're looking at the highlight reel of someone else. Yeah. And we're comparing our lives to their highlight reel. Oh, yes. Yep. We're looking at the edited selfie that they took, or we took 10 times before we got it in the right lighting or the right filter. That we all do it. We are all more narcissistic than we want to believe. We really are. We really are. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about the these five takeaways from this book, Dance in the Sun, being the authentic you. Well, one of my takeaways, and it's a major one, is actually the title of one of the chapters, and it's the problem with fighting over scraps is sooner or later you're going to end up hungry. And that's all about living in a state of lack. That's all about living in a state of lack, and how you have to live in a state of abundance. You have to, no matter what is going on in your outward circumstance, you have to always know that there is more. You have to make decisions from where you want to be
and not where you presently are. So that's very near and dear to me, because growing up, as I said, the oldest of 8 children, living in a 2-bedroom apartment to a single mother, I had to constantly look at everything that I did have instead of obsessing about everything and that's true of us all, regardless of our financial situations. A lot of times we get caught up in looking at, well, the resources we don't have. And I'm just of the mindset that God doesn't give you the condition without provision. And condition is that idea. Whatever that idea is that you're having, to start that business, to write a book, to whatever your goal is, to take a trip, to take that trip across the world. Whatever that goal is, you didn't get that idea without there being a way to accomplish it. And once you focus on how can I, rather than, how can't I don't have this, then all these ideas and resources come into your life that helps you accomplish that goal. Another takeaway is that our lives are the sum of our decisions. And basically what I'm saying is, whatever you decide, that's what you have, you decided it. Maybe not consciously. Maybe you didn't consciously decide to be in the situation you're in, but decisions that you made 9 times out of 10 have led you to where you are. And the great thing about that is decisions led you there. Decisions can lead you away from that. And to be focused on where you want to be so that you can make decisions in congruence with that new place. For me, when I was writing my book, and at first I was in a mind state of, how can I'm not a writer, how can I write this entire book? But when I then said, well, other people write books and I can do this too, it started to come to me. First I started journaling, and then I started writing chapters, and to understand that new decision of I am a writer. I'm a writer because I'm writing. Yeah. That brought me to a different place. The third takeaway is happiness lies within. Happiness is not something that is outside. Happiness is not about getting something. It's not. Happiness lies within. You have to seek happiness from the inside, and then your outside reality will reflect your inside. Another thing
that is good. Wait a minute. Say that again. That's good. The outside reflects the inside reflects the
the inside. The outside reflects the inside. So you have to get your inside together first, and then the outside will reflect it.
Wow. That's something to chew on and think about there, listeners. If you're just listening in and just coming in with us, hey, welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We are here chatting it up with Monique-Piper. Definitely check her out on her website and all that good stuff. I do want to throw in, before we give them the last couple, that Lucinda Cross, who is the activator, master activator. Anyone online knows who Lucinda Cross is, and she did an awesome book review of this, and in the first quote of her review, it says it's a life-changing book, and so that's wonderful. You'll learn how to identify and revisit your places of strength. So just want to shout that out. All right, let's keep going with the other takeaways.
Another takeaway is it ain't what you do, it's what you think. So that is speaking to regardless of what you do. A lot of times I find a lot of my coaching clients will say, well, I'm doing this, I'm getting out there, I'm working, and nothing still isn't happening. People just won't buy from me. And what it is it's what you think. You don't realize it. But you're taking that mindset, that mentality out in the world with you. You can't leave it on your kitchen table and go out. So you're going out and you're approaching these activities with this mindset of no one's going to buy from me. No one wants to read my book. This is a failure. This isn't going to work. And you have to change your mindset to be in congruence with what you want to accomplish.
Oh, that's good.
And the fifth takeaway is you have to be new to do new. So you can't expect to have, we know that's insanity, yet that's what a lot of us go in the world doing. We don't want to change anything about ourselves. We want to stay this exact same person, but receive some new accolades. That doesn't work. You have to change things about yourself to accomplish something new, whatever that is. If the goal is, and it works with any goal, it can be a goal to go across the world. I want to go across the world. Okay, well, why haven't you done that? Let's say you want to go to Australia. I want to go to Australia. Have you made out a plan to go to Australia? Do you know how much it will cost? Or are you setting aside money? What new actions are you taking to bring this goal into reality? So that's most important, because you have to do new activities to gain something new.
And that's so simple, Monique. That is such, when you just say it like that, it is so simple. Why is it so hard? Why do we self-sabotage ourselves?
Because it's literally easier to do the same thing than to change. Change is hard. Change is hard because having the same actions, having the same activities, thinking the same way is comfortable. Even when it's not yielding you the results you want, it's comfortable. And it feels like us because we know it. Change into something new, that's scary, it's uncomfortable, and it's hard because you have to make a conscious decision to do this new activity if it's saving money. And then a lot of times it may involve something that you consider hard at first. Like to save the extra money to go on a trip may mean you have to stop, drinking your gourmet coffee in the morning. So change itself is what's hard for us as human beings. But you can't have both. You can stay the same or you can have what your desires and what your goals are. So you have to choose.
You've got to choose. Whoa, okay. I'm telling you, I feel like you gave some awesome guidance in that short time. And so, listeners, you just gotta check out this book. I mean, there's the chapters. I'm just gonna throw some chapter titles out there, and listeners, you're gonna know. Oh, I need to get that book. One chapter, chapter 7, Cursing the Blue Sky. I know it's some juicy stuff in there. Another chapter, Everything I Know About Men. I know some of y'all want to read that. Yes. Another chapter, The Road to Nowhere is Paved with the Best of Intentions. That title alone, you can chew on that for the next 3 to 4 days. All right, so one more time, Monique, let them know how they can get a copy and how they can connect with you online.
Well, you can get a copy of my book, Dancing the Sunbeam, via Amazon. You can also get a copy of the book on my website, mycoachmonique.com. And you can reach me across all social media.
There you go, all social media. Everything you need is right there on social media. Do you have any events that are coming up that you want to shout out? Anything special you want to shout out that's coming up?
I do. I have a big one-day conference coming up next year. It's going to be May 26th. It's called the Dance in the Sun Experience, and it's going to be happening in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at the Embassy Suites, and it's an all-day conference, and it's going to include strategies for business owners and career women to upgrade their lives and businesses.
Oh, wow. Now, I've always wanted to ask, I hear people say Baton Rouge, or is it Baton Rouge? So what's the correct one?
It's Baton.
All right. Baton Rouge. There you go. We want to make sure y'all got it. Y'all have it right. Y'all know what's up. Okay, wonderful. So my last question for you, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And what continues to motivate you?
What continues to motivate me is the possibility of women, of people, when we throw away all the self-sabotage and we open ourselves up to our God-given opportunities.
Oh, wow. That is motivation. That is motivation. Well, thank you so much. And also, I just wanted to shout out as well that you do have an offer on your website for breakthrough strategy sessions. So if you're listening and you're saying, I really need to talk to Monique and just have some sit-down time with her, there is an offer on her site to book that. So jump over there and do that today. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by the show.
Thank you, Charvette. It was awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, listeners, we're going to take a quick commercial break. But listen, we want you to stick around because I have a special segment coming up. This is for all my entrepreneurs, small business owners, authors, speakers, preachers, everybody. I'm throwing everybody in the list here. We have Kim George coming up, and she's going to be sharing some of her favorite tech tools and digital marketing tools and list building and social media. We're going to talk about all that. This is like where we can really be like techie and geeky and all that good stuff, which is right in my lane. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be back with Kim George. Don't you move. Don't you go anywhere. Matter of fact, go ahead and share. Tell people what you're listening to and tell them, come on over to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Check it out. Check it out.
It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Charvette will be back after this.
Pursue your purpose and choose to live. Be liberated, improve, vivacious, and enlightened. Embracing your inner woman aims to empower, inspire, and encourage you to make your declaration now. Visit LadyAnikaStewart.com. We offer counseling such as mental health, substance abuse, faith-based, and business consultations. This is where dreams become reality. Visit LadyAnikaStewart.com. A Renewed Mind, led by Coach Veronica, teaches black women to start over and create a life they love through self-reinvention, reclaiming themselves as a priority, and taking action towards their desires. Visit arenewedmindtoday.com. We have found that the most issues within our relationships, career, and self-worth stem from us forgetting to care for ourselves as much as we do for others. The void this creates causes stress, resentment, and frustration. If you are feeling stuck, wondering what else your life has to offer, or ready to experience what being your first priority feels like, let A Renewed Mind and Coach Veronica be your guide. Let our coaching services help you find the new you. Visit arenewedmindtoday.com.
Hello, we are 123jobzone.com, an online job search portal. We are user-friendly, and if you're searching for a job, with us, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, go to www.123jobzone.com and register as a job seeker. Step 2, once registered, upload your resumes. Step 3, get connected with employers looking for people like you who are ready and willing to work. Don't forget to follow 123 Job Zone on Twitter and Facebook to find out more about our upcoming job fairs. What are you waiting for? Stop by 123jobzone.com today. Good luck with your job search.
Does your church or ministry have a website? Are you a local artist or author that has an established web presence? If you answered no to any of these questions, you're letting countless opportunities pass you by. Hi, I'm Charvette Mitchell. Mitchell Productions was created with your needs in mind. We will provide you with stylish and economical online marketing solutions. From email marketing to your own website, Mitchell Productions caters to ministries, nonprofits, small businesses, and special events. Check out our portfolio at mitchell-productions.com. In today's world, a website is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And Mitchell Productions can create your website in a stylish manner at a very economical price. Don't let business, customers, or new congregation members pass you by. Visit Mitchell Productions today at www.mitchell-productions.com. Let us showcase your organization to the world.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Charvette Mitchell. It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Charvette Mitchell.
All right, welcome back again to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Thank you so much for all those that are hanging out. Hey, to those that are hanging out on the phone lines that actually been hanging out the whole entire show, we appreciate you. Those that are listening in from Facebook, hello, author LaTanya Boyd. Thank you so much for the shout out from social media and all of the rest of you that are listening in and checking us out here. So we are moving into my next segment, and I'm really excited to have this young lady joining me. I have followed her on Facebook. We have similar likes and similar passions, and so I'm really excited to have Kim George joining us. We hang out on Facebook, on Twitter together, and I'm telling you what, she's a techie fanatic. She's passionate about making tech and digital marketing really easier for small businesses to help them grow and have that client attraction. Her background, she's a graduate of Southern University A&M College with a master's degree in computer science, and she's previously worked as a computer consultant for small businesses. But since 2009, she has been building blogs and websites, and I'm telling you, she's just killing the game here. And she is here today to chat about share some favorite tools for social media, list building, branding, all that good stuff, because you all know we got to be ready. We got to be together for 2017. So without further ado, I'm running to the virtual green room to bring Kim George up to the mic right now. Hello, Kim. Welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show.
Hello, Charvette. Thank you. So, you know what? I just want to start off by just saying thank you so much for this opportunity, and just thank you for everything that you're doing for the business community and inviting people onto your show and your platform. And so it's just really amazing what you're doing. And so I just want to say thank you for welcoming me and again inviting me to the show. I'm super excited. So.
Oh, you are quite welcome. It's an honor. Listen, I know when people are doing stuff and it looks good, and I like to support that. So so I've given a little bit of kind of on paper, but you're just this cool techie chick that is just cool.
Yeah, I am. As you mentioned, I graduated from Southern University with a background in computer science, and so it's just one of those things. It's something that I've been doing for some years now. I think I've been in the IT industry for about 14 years, and so I've just was one of those girls where it was just like I didn't want to be, I wanted to be out there with the guys, like learning how to build computers, how to fix things, and then all of that good stuff. And so from that experience with graduating with a degree in comp sci and just kind of working in the field and learning different things, I transitioned that over to starting the tech business, which was working with small businesses. But then since then, I've transitioned over to more of the online space. And so with my newest brand, which is Your Chic Geek, a lot of people don't know I started that this year. They're just like, what? But yes, with this brand, it really is giving me, it's really helping me to reach more people where I can really just share my love for tech. And, again, just to really make it easy for folks to understand, because I know a lot of businesses rely on technology, but it's difficult for them. It's hard to understand. And so I just kind of come in and just kind of show them different tools that they can use and all of this good stuff to grow their businesses, to build an online presence, and to really get found, from their customers, so from the people that are looking for them. So that's my background, my little spiel.
Amazing. Thank you. And you share such great content. You always, you talk about blogs. You talk about, Hootsuite. You talk about about pages, like
yes.
everything.
I do. Again, my thing is this, there's a statistic that says that I think it's like 94 or 80-something% of people are online looking for products and services. And so if you are a business and you don't have an online presence, you are really missing out. You're really missing out on a lot of different opportunities. There's people online using social media to look for services and products. There are people, of course, turning to the internet nowadays. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you picked up a yellow page to try to find something? It's not really happening, so you're going to the internet. People are going to the internet, and they're looking. And so you just want to make sure that if you have a business in this day and time, that you have a platform where people can find you and you set yourself up to be found. So I'm just passionate about that.
We are, listen, you preaching louder than they shouting, as they say, Adam. If y'all know that expression, if you go to church.
I know,
but,
right?
I mean, you are so on it. So where do we start? Like, where, because you have so much information, where should we start with our listeners tonight?
So where I'm going to start with the listeners is, I was just kind of talking to you, and I wanted to just share some of my favorite tools. Now, before I share these tools, the one thing that I will say before I even get into this is, it's really important for businesses specifically, any kind of business, large, small, it doesn't matter. It's really important for you to have some type of platform set up on the internet to get found, right? Because at the end of the day, whether it's going to be a blog or a website, that is going to be everything that you do from a marketing perspective when it comes to online marketing, of course, is going to lead back to that. I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, I'm using just social media, or, oh, I'm just using this. And I think that's a big mistake because you don't want to be reliant on those different platforms because you're renting on somebody else's land. And so what if they were to kick you off? Then you're just kind of like, oh, my God, I've relied solely on Facebook to build a presence, and Facebook has kicked me off. So now I'm, So one of the things that I really try to teach people is to definitely make sure you have a home base, a headquarters, where you can, have information about your business and all of that kinds of stuff, okay? So I just wanted to state that. But I just wanted to share a couple of tools that I think will help your audience and tools that I'm using and tools that I share with the clients that I work with. So if you want to go from a novice to rock star in these three different areas, I'm going to share some tools with you guys today. So the first area of awesome. The first area is with social media, okay? And one of the tools that I highly recommend, and so that I'm pretty sure you're using something similar to this, is going to be Hootsuite Pro, okay? One of the issues that clients come to me with is the fact that, oh, my God, Kim, I want to be active on social media, but I'm having a hard time managing all of the platforms that I'm active on or, and et cetera. And so what I tell people is, hey, you need to have some kind of social media management tool where you can use to kind of manage everything from one place instead of trying to bop around to these different platforms. Because that's just too much, right, girl? That's too much. You're like, oh, my God, I have Instagram, so I'm going to go to Instagram. Oh, my God, I have Facebook. I'm going to go to Facebook. No, you need one solution where you can manage all of those different platforms from just the one dashboard. And so Hootsuite Pro is my tool of choice. So that is the first one.
Yes,
now, what
I
are
use
you using for
well.
social media?
Hootsuite. Yeah.
So Hootsuite is awesome, isn't it? It's just like, it's wonderful. Okay,
yes.
So the second tool that I wanted to share with the audience tonight is going to be a list building tool. I know a lot of people are listening and, hearing all of this stuff about, oh, my gosh, you need to grow your list. But one of the tools that I have come across that is free, it's free $99, you can't beat it. It is called Mail Munch, okay, Mail Munch. It is a free tool that you can use to set up all kind of opt-in forms and list building, just basically set your site up to grow your email list where people can come in and opt in for different things that maybe you're giving away or even just your email list, okay? So Mail Munch is the tool that I recommend, and it's free. It's free, okay? And then the last tool that I highly recommend, and this is one that I use for everything, Charvette. When I say everything, like I need to get a T-shirt that says I love this tool, and I think I am. It's called Canva. It's called Canva.com.
Yes. Canva is bae.
Oh my God. Canva is like bae times I don't even know, okay? But I promise you, I use Canva to create everything. I mean, all of my social media content, the images that I post to social media was created with Canva. The products that I've created were created, or the covers that I've created for the products that I sell was created with Canva. And so I think that Canva is just one of these resources that you really can leverage and use for all kinds of purposes. So that is another tool that I wanted to share with the audience today, and it's just a powerful, powerful resource that you can use to create templates. You know, one of the things that I had issues with when I first started was with branding and being consistent with branding, and this is something that I hear from a lot of people. And so what I found with Canva is that you can actually make templates for everything. So you don't have to keep starting over. So you don't have to keep starting over for all of the images maybe that you have for Instagram, or images that you're creating specifically for Twitter or Facebook. You can create a template for all of those different platforms and use it over and over and over again. And so Canva is the last tool that I wanted to share with the listeners, because I'm telling you guys, Canva is bae times 10. If you're not using it, you need to get on it.
Yes, and I don't know where you have been if you haven't. So it's canva.com, and I mean, you can do social media posts. You can, and then they size it. They have the Facebook cover, the Twitter cover.
Honey.
It's amazing.
It's
and
phenomenal.
So what's cool is all of everything that I've seen you create or put out on social media. You're in, like it looks like 2 to 3 main brand colors, and you stay within those colors. Do you consider yourself a graphic artist person?
I don't consider myself a graphic artist person. I consider myself someone that understands what it means to be consistent and the importance of being consistent with my branding. Because here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are out there online, guys, and I know everybody knows this. It's noisy out there. It's very noisy. And so if you want to stand out, then for instance, with your brand, when I saw your branding, I was like, see, oh, my God, I wish I could give this girl a high five. Your branding is beautiful, Charvette. It is gorgeous.
You.
And so it is, and I'm not just saying it's gorgeous. You've done an excellent job with it. And so that is really one of the things that is really important for standing out online, because, again, everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. And so one of the things that you can do to get seen, and so that people, whenever they see your images, like when I see your images, I know it's you. I don't have to guess. I'm like, oh, I know that's Charvette. I know her branding. And I want for people to say the same thing about me when they see my images. Like, oh, I know that's Kim from Your Chic Geek, because I know the branding. And so I'm not necessarily really a graphic designer and all of that, but I'm a person that has understood, that has learned and understood the importance of consistent branding in order to really stand out and for people to recognize my brand. So I'll say that.
Yes. Thank you. And yes. And so I brought that up specifically because I know there would be people listening kind of thinking, well, she's techie, so she's a graphic person, so all this stuff is easy. And so I'm not a graphic artist. I have an eye, like you said, I have an eye for it, but I am myself, like I don't say, come work with me, I'll do your graphics. So I just wanted to call that out, listeners. You don't have to be a graphic artist to still make sure you have consistency.
Exactly. I do work with clients to help and assist with some of their kind of graphic projects, but I wouldn't consider myself, as you stated, it's one of those things where I can eye things and I know how to dress things up really well. But again, it's because of the tool that I'm using, and it's Canva. To be honest with you, Canva can make you look like a graphic superstar, and you're like, what? I can't believe I created this. So yes. So, yes, you know, Canva is my go-to. And I do know a little bit of Photoshop, but I have to be honest, sometimes when I use Photoshop, my eyes start to cross, and I'm like, oh, my God, I can't. I need my Canva right now. So, yes.
Right. Right. It's like, I can't. I'm done.
I can't,
okay,
girl.
good.
I can't do it. So, yeah, so that's my go-to tool. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Now, how important is blogging, having a blog?
Oh gosh, blogging is if you really want to market your business, and then you also want to be able to have content that shows up in the search engines, for instance, to help your business get discovered, then blogging is a necessity. Here's the thing. I think about it like this. Unless you have a huge budget, you have $100,000, whatever, $1 million budget to spend on marketing your business, then you probably, if you don't have that, then you really need to do blogging, and here's why. Even after you write a blog post, your blog post can be, can be years, whatever it is. It can be a year old or whatever it is. That content will always consistently continue to attract people like years into the blog or whatever it is. And so blogging is super duper important because content marketing is important. And so this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier on when I said that is one of the main reasons that as a business that wants to get discovered online, you need to have a headquarters, you need to have a website or a blog so that you can use content as the resource to attract people back to your site. That's exactly what it is. So that is where blogging comes into play, and then content marketing comes into play. I mean, it really is phenomenal in the fact that you can really give your business a lot more of exposure, and you'll save a lot of money in the long run. It takes time, but again, I look at it like this. Do I have tens of thousands of dollars to spend to hire someone to do all of this crazy marketing stuff for me? No. So what I have to do as a resourceful business owner is to invest the time into blogging and marketing my content to attract the people that I want to my brand. So I hope that answers the question. So if you're looking if you're looking for an inexpensive way to seriously get your business out there, to market your business, then blogging is the way to go. It really is. It really is. It's phenomenal the way it works.
Yes. And let me offer this, and let me throw this pin and this dart on the wall. Companies that have the budget for Super Bowl commercials, radio commercials, billboards, they still have blogs. They still have social media. They still have YouTube channels. So
honey,
that proves that you need to do it.
Yes, you know what? And it's funny that you said that, because you're right. I mean, if we look at the landscape these days with the digital marketing, which is just online marketing, these big $1 million corporations get it. They have blogs. They are reaching out to bloggers to try to connect in order to get their blogs and their businesses in front of more people. So they understand the power of having a blog and using it to propel their businesses forward. And so that is why I'm definitely a champion of blogging, and just do it. You have to do it. If you really want to get out there and, again, get more exposure for your business, get more traffic to your website and to your blog, then yes, you need to be blogging. So yes, girl, high five, yes.
High five there. And listen, listeners, if you're in Richmond, or you can make it to Richmond on Saturday, December 10th, you all know I've been talking about my workshop that I'm having for female entrepreneurs, but I have Liz Thompson is one of the panelists, and she specifically is going to be talking about how to pitch big brands for sponsored opportunities related to your blog. She's worked with companies like Hamilton Beach and some others, and she's over the Virginia Blogger. So just wanted to throw that in. If that whet your appetite, what Kim just said, make the connection.
Yes, that's phenomenal, and I know your event is going to be really awesome. I wish I could be there to attend, but I can't really just state enough, like, the importance of getting out there and just blog and blogging and just getting into it. I know that a lot of people feel intimidated by the process. A lot of people kind of shy away from it because they feel like maybe they don't have much to say. We all have something to say. We all have purpose in us, and you need to share that.
Absolutely.
You need to share your experiences. You don't know who you're going to be able to help and reach if you never share. So that's my thing. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry, I'll get off the soapbox.
No. We on the soapbox. This is the right soapbox because I say to web design clients as well. You know, number one, you're not writing a book. You don't have to. You know, every blog post is not a book. And then there are options these days. If you're not a person that can get your words out in writing, if you are a video person, pick up your phone, take a video, and post that as a blog post, and just write a little bit, or get the video transcribed. Hello for $1 a minute, and there's your blog post.
There you go. It's so many ways, and that's a great point because you're right. Even if you're not writing, you know, you're really not into writing, there's so many different mediums that you can use to get yourself out there. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a blog. It could be video. It could be, you know, live streaming or something. As long as you're just putting in the effort to really, you know, find ways to get your brand out there, get your businesses out there, that's what really matters. But I know for me, blogging is like it's cathartic, and it's something that I love to do. And me being a tech person, it's just like, oh God, I love writing about tech. I mean, I just like bubble over, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to write this post. You know, so it's awesome for me to do that. But that's a good point, you know. So people just get out there and just do it. Really, just do it. It really will make a world of difference. You don't. Yes, it will make a world of difference.
Wow. If you just tuned in, we're saying hey to you guys. Hey, this is Charvette Mitchell, the host of the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're hanging out here live from Richmond, Virginia with Kim George, a.k.a. Your Chic Geek. Woohoo. Thank you all for listening in. Kim, give them your contact information, how they can go to your website and all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure. So, hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to learn more about myself and the Your Chic Geek brand, you can definitely head on over to yourchicgeek.com, and that's YOUR chic, CHIC, geek.com. And then also I'm a big Twitter fanatic, so I love connecting with folks on Twitter. I love chatting it up. And so if you want to connect with me on Twitter, I am at yourchicgeek81. Okay, so that's my contact info. I love to connect with you guys.
Fabulous. And so Twitter, speaking of Twitter, what do you think about Twitter chats?
Oh, Twitter chats are, I think they're a phenomenal way to really to connect with people, and then also to just say, hey, you know, I'm here. I've participated in a few of them. One of my favorites actually is the Buffer chat. Have you been? I don't know if you've ever been on one of theirs, but Buffer, they really have they really have some very informative chats. And so I think it's a great way for to increase exposure, to kind of connect with more people, and really just to kind of put your brand and your business out there, just to say, hey, guys, I'm here, and really to show your authority in a way, you know, when you're answering questions and things like that. And people can, again, get a chance to connect with you, and just kind of, you get a chance to kind of build up your authority with folks. And so I think those are really great opportunities to really get your business out there even more, into the Twitter sphere. And so, but I love Twitter. So.
You know what? Since you love Twitter, give us maybe a couple, maybe 2 or 3 more tips, because I would say when I talk to entrepreneurs, if they have a weak spot, Twitter feels, for some people, feels like their weak spot. So, some people, they kill it on Twitter, but then some people, they're like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. So you have a couple tips for Twitter?
I do. I'll give you guys 3 of my 3 big tips that I can tell you that I've used, and they work like a champ on Twitter. The first one is you want to make sure that you have a really, really, to me, a professional Twitter profile. And meaning your messaging. I actually wrote a blog post on this a little while ago because I was working with a client, and I'm helping him with some kind of his social media stuff. And one of the things that I started to notice, and you do a great job of this, but one of the things I noticed was with looking at like Twitter bios is people are like, I understand that Twitter is a hashtag-specific network, people, but guys, people are like, hashtag every word, like hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag this, hashtag I love this. Like, you need to make sure that your Twitter bio is all about the people that you want to attract, not about you. Okay? So when people are looking at your bio and you have some information there that is about them, it's really going to make them more inclined to click to find out more about you. So that's one of the things that I would highly recommend, is to really work on your Twitter bio. Another thing, another tip that I want to give is to just try to make sure that you have a nice professional cover photo, and then also your picture. You know, I see people sometimes using logos. I don't think that's a good idea. People want to connect with people. You don't want to do that. People want to connect with people. You are your brand. So a nice professional picture. It doesn't have to be something where you're like suited up and all this kind of stuff, but just something that's approachable and something that people can feel like, oh, I really want to, get to know this person a lot more or find out more about their business and et cetera. So that's another tip. And then the next one that I would highly recommend is whenever you are tweeting, for instance, content and things like that out on Twitter, is to make sure that you use specific hashtags that relate to what you're tweeting out. Now, one of my favorite tools, if you're not familiar with hashtags and you don't really know which ones to use, one of my favorite tools is called hashtagify.me, I think it's what it's called. It's a free tool. And what you can do is, for instance, if you wanted to, tweet out something in reference to business, but you're not sure which hashtags are popular for that word, then you can head over to this tool and just type in business, and it's going to give you a list of the most popular hashtags that will help your tweet get found in Twitter. Okay, so those are like the top. Those are the top tips that I like to leave. And people don't realize that Twitter is kind of a little mini search engine. And so when people are getting on there and you go to where it says search Twitter, people are looking for certain things. And so you want to make sure that you are positioning your tweets to show up as optimized tweets so people can find you. And so, yes. Those are my
there you
tips.
have it. That was like a Twitter masterclass in like 3 minutes. So I know, Kim, you have several offers. Any offers you want to let the listeners know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a mini university. If folks are interested in getting like specific training and et cetera, why I have some affordable courses available, and you can find out more about that at courses.yourchicgeek.com. Okay, and then last but not least, I am holding, I think it's on the 10th of December, let me get my schedule together, but on the 10th of December, I am holding a free branding masterclass. And so if folks want to find out more about that and want to learn more about branding, you can definitely just head over to yourchicgeek.com, and then you'll see an invitation at the bottom of my site about the free branding masterclass if you want to participate in that. So yes.
There you go. So plenty of ways to interact with Kim. So I'm just glad we had an opportunity to chat. Our time flew by.
I know.
So maybe we can do a Twitter chat or something in the future, like I'll interview you on Twitter.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And you know what? Again, Charvette, I seriously I love everything that you're doing. And again, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really grateful for this, and just continue rocking it out, girl. And I hope that we will definitely connect again in the future on something like a Twitter chat. It would be just so awesome to do that. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. It was fun. Thank you. Yay. Girls rock.
Yay, girls rock, honey.
Girls rock. Exactly. Awesome. All right, listeners, that's going to be a wrap for today. Listen, we gave y'all a bunch of stuff today. We started off talking with Sonia Johnston. So check out her book, her anthology, Brown Girls Publishing, Brown Girls books. Check that out. Then we moved into talking to Monique-Piper, coach, professional coach, keynote speaker, and author. Check out her book. And then we wrapped up here with Kim George, Your Chic Geek. Definitely check her out as well. Just jump over to charvet.com if you're not listening from there, and you'll see our blog post about them. And that's going to be a wrap for today. We thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here and always checking us out on the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're going to do it all over again. And listen, make sure you follow me on Facebook. I'm doing a lot of Facebook Lives now, and they are boss. Bye, guys.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you have been listening to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Connect with her at charvette.com. And until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. The Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Signing off.
When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.